In this first look video from InfluenceWP, we are checking out a free WordPress plugin called Synced Pattern Popups. This is going to allow you to work with synced patterns in WordPress. So I think we need to right off the bat define what synced patterns are. So think of it as kind of like the name suggests, we are syncing patterns, WordPress patterns. So if you add a block to a page, for example, let's say you add a block to your homepage, and then let's say you add a button and it has a black background. Let's say you add another button to your about page and it's a black button. Later on, if you go and you change that black button on your homepage to have a blue background, that button on the about page stays the same. So with sync patterns, what you can do is say, hey, anywhere that this button is, when I change it from black to blue, sync those changes throughout those synced patterns. Okay, so this is going to give a consistent look to your visitors. It's going to make your site more trustworthy, and from an administrative standpoint, it's just going to be much easier on you, for time savings and whatnot. So that's the definition of synced patterns at a high level. This plugin works with synced patterns, hand in hand with synced patterns. Okay. Typically what I do here in these first look videos is we will go over the website. We're going to look for key pages like an about page, changelog, documentation, and then like rattle off all the features. We have a unique case here where this plugin is free, like I said. So it's as we see on my screen, it's in the WordPress repo. So this is the website here. Okay. And if you're familiar with the WordPress repo, we pretty much know that you've got everything covered as far as those key pages I was referring to. So this is the website. The about page, I would suggest clicking on this link here. This plugin is by Matt Cromwell, who is a partner of InfluenceWP. Thank you, Matt. Go there, click that link and see what he's up to. And that's going to, by and large, give you your about page. As far as documentation, again, it's all here. It's in this listing in the WordPress repo. Documentation is covered. The about page is covered. Changelog, if we go into the development tab here, that gives you your changelog. And the features, I think, are the only thing left for us here to go through. So I'm just going to, at a very high level, rattle off the features. But before we do that, just a quick bit about the description. Synced pattern pop-ups help you create pop-ups using the WordPress editor you already know, not yet another builder. Create a pattern yourself or from the pattern library, paste the trigger code as a link anywhere on your site, and your pattern is now open as a beautiful and accessible modal pop-up. Now, these, from my reading, the approach that Matt's taking is we want our website visitors to trigger the pop-up. We don't want to automate that process. Okay, so that's the stance, the approach that he's taking with this plugin. There's also, let me do a quick bit of backup and do a bit of housekeeping. Let me rattle off what I normally rattle off for the first look videos. First look videos cover products and services we have no prior experience with. They show vendors how new users experience their website and product for the very first time. These videos are unedited, high-level introductions that are not paid for, they're not sponsored, and they contain no affiliate links. If you would like videos like this created for your business, go to influencewp.com/partners and request your free partner membership. And again, we thank Matt for being a partner. If you've been in WordPress for any length of time, you will have either met Matt or you've heard of Matt. Okay, it's all over the place, and that's a good thing. Okay, let's continue on, and let's get these features rattled off here. Let's see, major features. Modal pop-ups powered by synced patterns. Create your pop-up content using the native block editor. So you're gonna have layouts, images, galleries, buttons, and third-party blocks work as well. Simple trigger system. You can use a class or you can use an href. An href, a link, in other words. Width overrides. So on a per pop-up basis, you can override the widths. There's core gallery block support, AI-powered TLDR, and this is completely optional. You can generate AI summaries of the current page content on demand by triggering the TLDR. This feature requires the AI Experiments plugin, and this is as of WordPress version 6.9. And then handy for developer features, on-demand loading via Ajax, smart caching with automatic validation, full block styling support, core plus third party, accessibility first, modal behavior, and abilities API integration. All right. So I have this installed. Let's go ahead and check this out. I have not activated it so we can see how that works together. There might be an onboarding wizard. There might not be. Let's go ahead and click activate. All right. We just see a settings link here. So let's go to that. We are under the patterns tab, and it looks like this is giving us some pre-built pop-ups, which is a cool thing to see because then you can quickly see how it's going to look. As far as we see a status here, we can quickly copy this trigger code. We can jump in and edit this, delete it, delete a transient, excuse me, delete its transient on a per pop-up basis. So that's nice. Or up here, we have the option to clear the entire transient cache. Let's come back to this. This is that TLDR feature where it can help surface all the content on the current page. Again, requires the AI experiments plugin. We are going to skip this for this video. We're going to stay super high level. Here we can define the defaults of our pop-ups. So here are the pattern pop-up defaults. So things like width, max height, blurs, close buttons, and so on. This is the TLDR pop-ups. Again, appearance, overlay, loading text, and so on. And lastly, we have gallery pop-ups. Same stuff, overlay, or same or very similar, image navigation, gallery options, transition duration, and so on. So this is looks like basically our documentation here. It seems to be a very easy plugin to use. Again, you can use a class to call the pop-up, or you can use the href, the link attribute, and they give you examples here. All right, so what I'm thinking we're going to do is we're just going to create a button to call one of these things. All right, let's go back to our patterns. Let's just use what's already in here. Let's click edit. So now we are in the WordPress block editor, and if you click on this icon in the top left, that is going to bring up our list view, and we can get a lay of the land how this is built. We've got columns. Within the columns, we've got some details. So it's a heading in this case. We've got another column with a group. So over here, we've got a paragraph and then an item list. All right, but you can style this up however you want. This is just his template, so to speak, to get us started. Okay, so you can adjust the heading here. You can adjust this text. We're not going to get into all that in this video, but just know that you can. You can obviously adjust the background colors, the text size, anything that you can do in the block editor, you're going to be able to do here. Let's go ahead and set a background on this, where this gray is, just for fun. I'm going to make this nice and something. There we go. Let's go with that, and let's save that. Just something big and bright for us to look at. Let's change the border too. Let's go that purple as well. There we go. All right. If you're not familiar with the WordPress block editor, I highly recommend getting in there and taking it for a spin. There is a learning curve, but once you get in and you start playing with it, you'll see how powerful it is. It's not perfect, but it is great to work with. Okay. All right. That is that. Let's go check this thing out. Let's go back to our dashboard. Let's create a button on our homepage. To add a block, if you're not familiar, you can do the slash on your keyboard that leans to the right, and then just start typing in the letters of the block button in this case. You can also click on this icon up here in the top left to bring up those blocks as well. I'm just going to type in, let's go trigger in this box. And I'm going to go back over here to where we find our patterns for the pop-ups. That's not where I want it to go. How do we see Get back to the settings. Oh, okay, you can get to them here under appearance and sync patterns. Okay, that's cool. All right, so this is what we are trying to trigger here. So I'm going to copy this. And then if we go back to the how it used tab, we see this is the method I'm going to use. And I'm just going to put, because it's kind of like an anchor trigger here, I'm just going to use this right here. All right, so let's go back into our page. Now I'm going to add a link. And I'm just going to drop. That is what I copied for this, called this specific pop-up, but we need that hashtag symbol in front of there. Hit enter and let's save. Now let's view our page on the front end. Now when I click this button, we should see that pop up. There we go. And obviously, you're going to want to style this up so it looks good on your site. Not that this looks bad, but we can see there are some things to adjust here. Okay, so it's really just that simple. Let's go back over here. Built for the modern WordPress stack, 100% native architecture. Your pop-ups are synced patterns. Okay, so that's where the synced patterns comes into play. If I was to, we could try this out. We could do, let's do another page. Let's call it home 2, and let's just do, I think I can copy this. Oh no, the pop-up stays the same, but we can copy this trigger actually too. So I'm just going to copy this button and drop it on our new page. I thought we could do that. I guess we can't. That could just be me not knowing that much about. I thought you could copy and paste blocks between pages. We're getting outside of what we're trying to do here, but I'm going to try that one more time. I should be able to copy. And let's just try Control V this time. No? All right. Just bear with me one second here. I'm just going to get this link right. There we go. Okay, so let's look at this on the front end. So we got home 2, and that trigger works there as well. Let's go ahead and just get rid of this to eliminate any confusion, potential confusion. Okay, so home 2, we've got that button trigger. Yeah, that looks good. And we go over here. This is our home page 1, and we've got the same. Okay, so now imagine we go into this pattern. Let's change this background to black. Save. Now, when I trigger this pop-up on the home page, it should have that black background. And it does. Now, when I go over to home page 2, we should also see that same black background. There you go. So that is a demonstration of how synced patterns works also, okay? So imagine if you have numerous pop-ups throughout your website and you want to maintain a consistent look between a certain set of them. This is absolutely beautiful, all right? So again, 100% native architecture, zero integration friction. If it's a block, it works. Forms, videos, or third-party embeds. If you can drop it on a page, you can put it in a pop-up. Radical accessibility inclusion is not an afterthought. Our modals are feature rock solid focus on accessibility. Global update, zero effort. Edit your sync pattern once, and it syncs. We just proved that. Media first pop-ups, full support for a core block gallery. Stop setting only for static images. Give your visitors the high fidelity experience they asked for. Built for your workflow. With command palette integration, managing our pop-ups is as fast as typing a shortcut. So that's really cool. I really like the command palette. We can try that out too, and I'll get you guys out of here. So let's say we are over in here, get to the right page. You could do like a Control K and then pop up. And here we go to appearance, synced pop-ups. I'm guessing that's what he's talking about. I'm not sure if it goes beyond that as far as what's possible with the let's go Control K again. I'm not sure what specific we can do with the command palette as it relates to the synced pattern pop-up plugin, but what I do see here is the option to clear the pop-up cache and then a quick link here to go to the sync patterns. So that is cool. All right, guys, that's it. Synced pattern pop-ups, super cool plugin. I like the approach. I think it's very neat that we're giving the user the choice to display a pop-up versus forcing a pop-up on them. That is a really neat approach. Super solid plugin. Hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful, and I will see you all in the next one.